Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode... Nice. Let's go. Mysterious object. An unidentified object has been located in the system. The artifact reacts to our transmissions by releasing unknown radiation. What is going on here? Look, there's a friggin... The box that I set up in the previous fight is still there. The tactics box. Nothing. At first, it looked like the snowy and desolate planet was devoid of surprises. The yellow and orange flickering of lumens and notifications from the August system informed officers that there was a small colony that survived in spite of the harsh climatic conditions. Their language is rough and guttural, and their stomachs cannot tolerate anything but a stew made from local roots and mosses. Yet they are subjects of the Imperium, still loyal to the Emperor, mistaking your people for his emissaries. Local elders were woefully reminiscent about times long gone. Most of them were sheltered in their mothers' wombs when snow first settled on the verdant fields. Hail ruined the crops and frost hardened the soil. Plants and large beasts could not sustain themselves, were the first to go, soon followed by birds and other small animals. The governor says his entourage left the world in the first days of winter, taking all the provisions and fuel with them. No one has responded to pleas from this dying world. The stars remain deaf to messages transmitted by the planet's Vox stations. These abandoned subjects of the Imperium still manage to save machines and other valuables, but they are of little use without a supply of promethium. Take any machinery from the colonies and abandon them on the freezing world. The rights of generation maintenance. Thank you, God Emperor! The explorer's departure was accompanied by shouts of grateful approval, not to mention parting gifts. There's promethium on the planet. Speaking of which, when a game gives you cargo like that, like, these things, they are actually items. So what items do you get given? I guess it's just junk. Wouldn't it be funny if they, like, put some really super awesome weapons and then they just got cargoed? You would have to go looking in your cargo for it. I still have those torpedoes lying around that I put in cargo. Funnily enough. Scandalous. Look out, Bridge. We have an unknown object dead ahead. Not an asteroid, clearly artificial in nature, but larger than Footfall Station. Lord Captain Online, no need to engage the augurs. I know what it is. It is called a webway gate. Good work, Jay. An artifact the Xenos used to get to their sorceress realm, so to speak. It allows the Adari to get around the sector quickly and serves as a hideout for their most unpleasant tribe, the Dukari, whom we have already met. Consists of an unknown material foreign to the Imperium. We are registering unknown class of energy profile. The Tech priests have refused to even consider such a possibility. It would be a violation of the Yomansara's tenets, extremely dangerous undertaking. No effect. I don't know what it's made of, but our weapons are powerless against it. It's a webway gate, and I can't destroy it. Yeah, so when you get ship cargo like that, yeah, it's just like random trash items. Interesting. Bloop. Cool, free experience points. Another connection, but I won't use it, it's not necessary. My profit factor has not increased for a long time, but it might be worth, now that I've decided to use Jay as a skill monkey, maybe it's worth looking over some of the items and seeing if there's anything else that might help her in that task. Okay. That could be good. 5 strength. That might that might make it easier for her to pick up armor. +5 to Medicaid. I've got so many items that give to Medicaid. 25 to Commerce and 25 to Persuasion. That's pretty powerful. That's quite a good skill for an officer. But doesn't help in the actual skill monkeying. Okay, I do want those gloves. Let's get them. 2,750 required. This guy's items start at 50. Oh, another disgustingly potent willpower stacking tool. 5 willpower each time their abilities affect an ally. This would be amazing on the main character. Thanks to the Biomancer powers. And if I get regen later, I could literally gain 15 willpower a turn. But anyway, nothing I want right now. Bead of concentration. Most of these are combat items. Wild property plus 10 toughness. That's ideal for Abelard, but there's a lot of reputation to get that high. Yeah, there's not much in the way of... Plenty of combat items, but not much in the way of skill buffing. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was actually looking at his gloves. You know what? I'll swap this out, because... I don't know if you need base strength 45 or you just need strength 45 with items. Will be interesting to answer that question. Her commerce skill is absolutely off the walls. I'm going to presume that I won't be allowed to take fellowship because I've already taken it a load of times. So it'll probably tell me to get stuffed, in which case taking strength is not necessarily a bad thing. So I can get the heavy armor that will allow me to wear to get that fellowship. Yeah, there's definitely room to power her down combat-wise and to power her up stats-wise so that she can solve all of your skill check problems. Did we finish checking this area? Nope. Seven plaster steel. It's not bad. Oh, something to explore.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
I'm not allowed to leave till I'm done. Now I'm doubly not allowed to leave.
See? Right there.
What did you see?
I've read about this.
Something sharp against metal.
I always keep my options
Oh, wouldn't it
open.
be funny if it was Tyranids?
Our prayers are different, but I notice similarity in our attitudes towards ministry. It unites us.
You are right. Only we know what it is to pray to our intercessor at an altar, in our struggle to protect those close to us, to be their spiritual shield.
The ventilation still. There are strange gouges on the metal. They look like claw marks of some beast that was trying to crawl into the shaft.
Duty prevails.
I always have a backup plan.
It would be funny if it was Nids. I just want to see Nids, man.
Keep your wits about you.
Or maybe I don't. Don't those Nids have fucking vending claws? That means your armor's worth as much as a bit of wet tissue
Is there
paper.
money to be made?
Let's read the diary. came here to lead, not to read. Okay. A thick diary filled with entries written in neat, precise handwriting. Never thought this day would come. I'm addressed as Master Captain once more. How many times did I swear to never venture into the void again during those 2 Terran years I spent among the mangled ruins of the under-heralded Reckoning's Bridge? Crews reported hearing strange noises from the ventilation shafts for a 3rd time. Alas, I'm charged with pilgrims, not seasoned voidsmen. Vent inspection is finished, just as expected, nothing to worry about, just some torn tubing striking the hull. Reverend Hieronymus was not wrong. Faith does not bring me peace. I prefer not to take any sides during a theological dispute that's broken out amongst our vessel. Great day has arrived. The Void Wanderer has successfully landed on a planet's surface. I wonder if it'll ever leave it. Settlement is already being built down on the hill. When we first stepped onto the service, Reverend Garvik's congregation and the Nourishers used different airlocks to leave the vessel. Seems like they've ceased any and all communication. Today, the last pilgrims left the Wanderer for Jefferson. I'm alone again. They invited me to go with them, but I made an excuse about needing to keep watch at the reactor, since my ship is still used for powering the settlement. Truth be told, I just don't want to go with them. I was woken the night by a dozen pilgrims. This sounds like a gene stealer infestation, actually. This sounds like it. Since Reverend Garrick is the official head of the pilgrimage, deemed this incident as civil unrest, I cut the power to Jefferson and demanded Reverend Garrick's release via Voxcom. Nourishers have come to us. Garrick was with him. He was calm and said the conflict had been resolved. He took the confused pilgrims and their guns with him, and I restored power to the settlement. I have no idea what's going on. Peace. The watchers of no consequence. They received the brotherly kiss, and now I believe. Oh dear. This is a gene stealer infestation. Maybe it really is Tyranids. It's gotta be. What else could it be? That is gene stealers. 100%.
Rushnod Dordal.
My warp sight reveals something.
Okay.
You are in the presence of House Orselio.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
In the light of the distant stars, our Emperor Progenitor wanders wearily. With thoughts and visions of us, he sends us particles of his light. Through though his body suffers, his mind lingers on us. The Emperor... Faithful worship the Emperor in a great many names, a great many fashions, and yet I do not like this prayer. As long as our Father Progenitor thinks of me, I am eternal. Welcome to the abode of the Nourishers. This being's nature has strayed too far from mankind's blessed genome. The Creed sees no humanity in deviations like these.
Venerate the Dark Gods!
You hear the clanging echo growing louder in the empty modules, like hundreds of clawed striking bulkheads grabbing onto bars. Whoever is advancing upon you, there is a lot of them. You ought to run for your life before they trap you in this crammed Vox cabin. Haha! Sister, I fear you're about to partake of something quite different, or more likely, someone is about to partake of us.
I always keep my options open.
What is this? A heavy stubber. Rate of fire 10. Sadly, not a bolter.
I always have a backup plan. Keep your wits about you.
Anathema observed. Commencing purgation protocol.
Oh, there are gene stealers in this game after all. It's always gene stealers.
I'll make it happen. I won't stand for it. It's as good as done.
Allow me to burninate your village for you.
I'll make it happen. Who, if not me?
500 HP.
Don't let your guard down.
From the ashes, I will rise. Blessed be the hand of the healer. I'll do it.
Get off me. Oh, he even fell over. That's unexpected.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Emperor commands, I act. Rejoice in battle!
Right, fall back. Harbour dum-dums.
Tell me, and it is done. Don't get too cocky. You've got a problem. I've got a prize.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may?
Get some. Oh, have I got the wrong staff equipped? Oh no, I used the self buff, which is worth it actually.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Held in my gaze.
If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
On it.
Get ministrated.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Request approved. My vow is to serve. Running binary override.
Oh, I missed a 95! Oh, I missed a 95. How is this possible?
The command condemns you.
Die, you turn.
I will do my duty.
Stand by. I just sit here and cast buffs and heals.
I refuse.
No, let them come to us. I wish the game would just automatically expand these and leave them expanded.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I need to know who has got what buffs.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Running binary override.
He's already got an opening, actually.
My vow is to serve. Request approved.
Buff, 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 fire.
Ability analysis successful.
That was a pretty solid hit.
High momentum.
Hobbadumdums.
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
The idea of a simple human fighting a Jealer in hand-to-hand combat is Gene Stealer in hand-to-hand is like, it's comical from a lore perspective.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I don't need luck. I have strategy.
I could get in his face and just blast him with this. Seems a little risky though.
I'll make it happen.
Oh, there's another one.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh, you're about to get some deeds in your
That
face.
is for the weak. I'll do it. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave, guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Get some.
I'll do it.
She's getting really powerful now. She'll start to hose people.
I can do that.
In
with
fact,
the right incentive.
I can enable her.
Don't get too cocky. I can do that with the right incentive. Am I getting paid for this?
As the Emperor commands, I act.
No way to attack without getting Abelard in the blast.
I'll do it. Forgive my Emperor!
Toasty!
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Guess he didn't want a second helping of that, huh?
If I may. Me.
Goodbye. Navigated.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
$116 HP. Kind of crazy how much HP everyone's got after a few buffs.
It's as good as done.
Here he comes. I must admit, this is pretty cool. I was not expecting Gene Stealers. Like, I didn't think that they would put this enemy in the game, considering, you know, how many other enemies are in the game. With Chaos sort of being the main enemy, I was not expecting Gene Stealers.
Tell me, and it is done.
High momentum.
It will be done. Indeed. It will be done.
It's funny because it benefits me to wait around, because all that happens is my characters get more and more and more powerful. Especially Cassia, who gets willpower with every single extra turn that I do.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Get ready for some bolts.
I'll do it.
Oh, that definitely hurt.
Doubt is for the weak. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. This is why I was chosen.
Oh, I still have extra shots left.
I'll do it.
Yeah, she's starting to power up. Also, those hits... Oh no, do I? I don't have melt armor yet, do I? I got the extra critical chance, but I don't have melt armor yet. I can't wait until I get melt armor with her, because it's like 3% per hit. I'm pretty sure. I don't know when the next time I can get it is. I didn't mark it. Oh no, it's not her that gets it, is it? It's a psyker talent. She actually doesn't have a way to reduce armor.
I can do that with the right incentive.
It's kind of sad that it makes more sense to
You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
use J only to give other characters turns, but she's just so weak by comparison.
Isn't this a job for the reserves? If I may, Emperor, deliver us! I'll show you why navigators are feared.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Nasty.
I refuse. I will not. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Bolted.
Who thought that was a good idea?
I should have come back with the athletic guy. Assuming that you're ever allowed to leave this place. And come back. Pretty sure that this place is about to get nuked from orbit.
Let us not dawdle. Rise to the top.
That's the first
or get
athletics
left in the
check I've
dust.
seen that actually doesn't just hurt you when you fail it.
I always keep my options open. Is there money to be made?
Okay, so we're not nuking this place? If you discovered a colony infested with gene stealers, surely you would, exterminatus the place. A small planet gently wrapped in amber forests greets you with ruby-coloured dawn. The local governor gives the rogue trader a warm welcome. After several glasses of Damascene, the sweltering ruler asks if Edmund von Valancius would keep him company during the upcoming hunt. After several hours of riding the local peculiar animals, you make camp in the middle of a golden forest. A few shapes step into the clearing, their bodies twisted by an unknown phenomenon. You watch the freaks with astonishment as they begin to dance to the throaty crackling of their brethren. Having armed themselves with flamers and chainswords, your party cleared the several acres of nearby forest. Scouts report destroying several villages inhabited by heretical entities. Basil von Clearach excitedly explains that the creatures you saw are the children of the great king of distortion. He is the true god and patron of these fertile grounds. Once every cycle, his chariot sides upon the world and bestows transformations upon his most ardent followers. This is some real heresy. Wow, black and brown blood seeps from into the soil beneath his corpulent body and is immediately transformed into a writhing tangle of worms that burrow deep into the ground with unnatural speed. Chaplain advises you to get ready for a potential encounter with the spawn of the Arch Enemy. So it may be wise to reconsider unless you have holy relics, sacred swords, or blessed effigies of the Emperor. Command the entity to release the minds of the Amber Worlders from his grip. King Ruler, one who is obeyed, that is all you can make sense of. The king's mocking laughter rings in your ears. Deafening gong strikes are heard across hundreds of decks. Your eyes are misted with red and gums bleed as your subjects fall to their knees all at once in shared prayer to the God Emperor. Holy relics from the ship's temples melt from the ardor of your speech, and the entity screams and writhes inside your brain, struggling to break out. Many drop dead during the first minute of prayer, unable to resist the corruption. However, others immediately take their place, unfazed by the sight of their fellows turning to dust in seconds. A nauseating stench engulfs the ship's decks like a wave, causing people to retch from forth their innards. Finally, every deck is plunged into darkness. Ghosts of the past walk along the living, stealing breath from those weak of spirit. Still, the prayer is not extinguished. It is hard to tell if the prayer service lasted several hours or several days, but at some point you feel your very essence overflow with heat and power, and then the intruding will falters. The distorted disc vanishes from the void ship's augers as if it had never been there, and at long last everything is quiet. Everyone slowly recovers from what has happened, and reports to come in from the captain's bridge. You've lost a third of your crew in the unequal fight, and the fortunate survivors are going to take quite some time to come around. Sweet. From the moment the world belonged to the rogue trader alone, your people eradicated the settlements, housing and unclean followers of the profane cult. Corruption instilled by the King of Distortion loosened its grip. The estates of Amberworld can breathe a sigh of relief thanks to the efforts of their new ruler. Yet malicious servants of the Archenemy still lurk in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to warp the planet in a web of heresy. Evil does not simply disappear without a trace. Relieved to be free from the Archenemy's yoke, the planet's subjects gleefully send you their humble gifts. Thank you for your humble gifts. I wonder whether you can do that if you're not a psyker. Okay, I'm going to say that's it for now because we are out of time. This has been quite a busy couple of planets. The fact that there are Tyranids floating around is not good. is very not good. But anyway, I need to do this planet, and then if this doesn't connect to anything, and it may not, then it's time to bounce back to the throne world and then bounce over here to these two. And if there's nothing more, then it will be time to do Janus, I guess. But that's it for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.